Ate Jabari.
Yes.
Get your whiskey. Get your whiskey.
It is that time. It's time to salute the real. Please get your whiskey and join us at this time. Yes, yes, yes. Get your whiskey. Pour up, baby. Yes. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Salute the Real. I am your host, Brandon Cooper, and with me is my lovely wife, my producer, Miss Candace Cooper.
Happy Wednesday, y'all.
How's everybody feeling? How's everybody feeling? Please get your whiskey, because I got one tonight. I got one tonight for you guys. And it's simple. It's simple. It's something that we deal with. There is not a couple out there that doesn't deal with this. And so we want to talk about it. We want to talk about it. We want to talk about it. We want to get down to first of all, there's a ton of reasons that we could possibly be going through these things, but we want to talk about why some of the main reasons why I believe that many couples continue to go through some of these same issues. So tonight I am drinking. I'm drinking this Habaki again. I've already mentioned this one to you guys, drinking with y'all on the show a couple of times. Habaki Japanese Harmony. I'm starting to really like this whiskey, guys. This is really nice, really smooth. I like it. I like it. It's 86 proof, but I mean you can't tell. You would never be able to tell. Candace has a shot of it. Candace, what do you think of it? Did you taste it yet?
I did. I tasted it. It's okay. Yeah, it kind of. Let me see. Let me
It's
taste it
smooth.
again.
But you don't have yours on ice.
It's smooth.
It's smooth. I mean, regardless of whether you like
Yeah.
the taste or not,
Yeah.
it's a different taste from the whiskeys we normally.
Yeah. No, but I can actually like it. Kind of
It's
reminds
smooth.
me of sake a little bit. So it makes sense because it's Japanese.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
It's
I
smooth.
I can dig it.
Yeah, I like it a lot. So that's the whiskey for the night. I enjoy that. So with that being said, guys, first of all, I want to say shout out to all of the new Austin Honey Badger parents. Shout out to them. If you see this, we are happy to have you. We started practice on Monday, and this new group has been. Normally, my wife comes out, never fails. Every single year, my wife comes out, and she calls the group the Bad News Bears when we first get out there. That's what she does. She calls them the Bad News Bears because when when you first get out there and you got a whole bunch of kids that are fresh off the couch, um, uh, it doesn't look good. And then of course we start doing our work and repetition over the weeks and days and months and all of a sudden you see these kids transition into solid athletes. So that's something we're used to. We see it every year. So when people come out, oh, my kid ain't done nothing, it's okay. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? If you be consistent with this and your kid is coachable, we'll make it happen. But this year, wife, tell them what you thought about the team this year on first day of practice.
So let's just be clear, just in case anybody, if you didn't grow up, I think this is actually a '70s show. I grew up in the '80s. I'm an '80s baby, so growing up there was this movie. I think it was called The Bad News Bears, where the team started out. They looked very rough, little raggedy, not necessarily looking like athletes, I would say. But by the end of it, it was a tearjerker, feel-good movie. Where by the end of it, I think they won a championship. The coach was even a little weird-looking guy. But anyway, that's why every year, this is our 10th year as a team. And every year I say, oh, you got another bad news bears. But this year was the first year I came out. I observed the first practice and I said, something is different. Something is different. The kiddos just really seem to be, we call our first week Hell Week, because that's typically the week where some don't return. But this time they seem to all really be into it. I mean, they were into the workout. They were doing the reps. I mean, they were keeping up. And I actually saw some that were keeping up with some of our ones who have been running for a long time.
Show up. I tell you what, like my boy Derek Red always say, it might be some musical chairs on this team this year. Some people some spots might get lost, in this whole situation. I'm letting you know because we got some hungry kids out here. We got some hungry kids out here, and I'm excited about that. Hey, look, normally when you damn right, Kevin. You damn right it's a good problem to have. You damn right it's a good problem to have. I always come in and I talk about it because it's the truth. Guys. It is the truth. There go Red. The music gonna play. But he always say it's a musical chair. I'm telling you, Red. I got young babies. I got a few older kids, and you know what I'm saying. It'll be a few more older kids that'll come in with them after the high school season. Pretty much is over. But we're starting over. We're starting fresh. We got a young high group, and normally I always say it. Y'all hear me say it. I normally don't get the best athletes. We get whatever we get, and we develop them over here. That's what we get. But what I got in registration this year, I believe in. And I see Coach Rayshawn Bryce is on here. Coach Fred, I mean, you can vouch for me if I'm wrong here, but from what I'm seeing for these first 2 days of training, our initial registration took a tad bit of an upgrade when it comes to the level of talent that we received. Okay? So, with that being said, I mean, hey, maybe we're finally starting to make a little noise, and maybe people are finally getting over the fact that, Coop ain't from Austin, and
I think people been over that.
I don't know.
We've been in this game now. We've been in the track world for 14 years. We've been in this game 10 years on our own. If people are still hung up on the fact that you a boy from East Texas, but here's the deal: I'm just a girl from the east side of 35 in Austin, Texas. So that was never an excuse anyway.
Well, it might not have been a good excuse, but it was being utilized as an excuse.
Well,
you can
truth be told, it was absolutely it was true.
Okay,
but truth be told, I'm a co-founder just as much as you are. I'm the one that went down and got the DBA. So. Yeah. True, and I'm born and raised in Austin, Texas, so it never made sense to me.
Yeah, I never said it made sense. We talk about a whole lot of things on this show that make no sense. The topic that we got tonight is going to be talking about a whole bunch of stuff that doesn't always make sense. This ain't about making sense. This is about reality. The real. We salute the real.
The reality is that once it finishes, the reality still is that a girl born and raised in Austin, Texas, right over in Seton Hospital, okay, at 10 a.m. on a Saturday, March 22nd, 1980.
Yeah. Seton
Hospital.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Is one of the co-founders of this team. So
okay,
that's reality.
All right, that's reality. All right, well here we go, guys. We're getting ready for the season. Like I said, we are excited. We're in our first week. We're in Hell Week. Let me just finish this up by saying nobody threw up in the first 2 days. Nobody quit on me. Nobody even cramped up and stopped running. Hey, either my workouts are trash, which I know they're not, or we're getting a different level of kid. And with that being said, it is let me tell you something. I talked to y'all about the track team and all that because it gives you some insight. When we say the kids are lazy, we say the kids don't do this these days, they don't do that these days. Well, let me tell you something. It's been great to see in these past 2 days some kids that came out and can handle my workouts. Because my workouts aren't no joke. I'm telling you now. There's a lot of kids that will not come to my team because they know my workouts aren't no joke. And these little kids are out here performing. They're out here doing it. They're out here finishing it up. We're in the dark and they're handling business. So I am extremely proud, not only of the kids on my team, but to say that there are still some kids out there that are willing to work and that are coachable. Thank God. Thank God. Y'all have no idea how much that warms my heart to know that there are actually real kids out here that are still willing to work and do quality work. I mean, handle business and come back the next day. I know those kids are sore. But they are there and they're handling that business, and that makes me proud.
Try.
Anitra, look, stop talking about my kids. Those are my kids when they're out there with me. Now, they're with you now, they're your kids. But those are my kids when they're out there with me. I did a nickname Anitra's twins, LB1 and LB2. Anitra, I'll let you put, since you put the nicknames in there, I'll let you put in there what that means. But they are talented kids with a lot of potential. I just got to pull it out of them. All right. So, and we'll do that once their mom brings them back from vacation. All right. Look at that. Look at that. See, we done started practice, but mama got them on vacay. So, we can't just blame the babies. We out here grinding. It's kids at the house so right now. But my LB1 and LB2 out looking at palm trees. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, it is what it is. Kelvin Bean, with each year brings kids that are better prepared for the team. Hey, man, look here. You right, brother. And I am extremely proud of that. So, with that being said, man, it's just good. It's good. It's a breath of fresh air, man, to see kids that are doing the right thing. Said Alexander has been working with kids forever. Big star of Friday Night Lights. It wasn't Friday Night Lights. It was Friday Night Tykes. That's what it was. Friday Night Tykes with the Steelers. Said was a big coach, so he's been around for a long time. His son right now is playing, finished his first season with Vanderbilt as a running back for them. Surely will come back as the primary running back next year for them. So that's extremely awesome. Extremely awesome. Big time stuff. All right. So here we go, guys. Let's jump into this topic for tonight. My wife might put it up here different from me. She always likes to write things different from the way I write it, but I'm going to put it like this. My spouse likes to argue. Why is that? Why does my spouse enjoy arguing? All right. Pour up, guys. Pour up, because this is a good conversation. Pour up. I want your comments, guys. I don't want y'all to just sit back and listen to me. First of all, let me tell y'all something. These people are watching this show. There are a lot of people that don't get on with us yet. We're still young in this. But over the week, they look for the show. There are people that text me mad when we don't get on Mondays. Now, I'll be honest with y'all. Mondays is going to be tough for me and Candace now. Candace is already getting off work late. She's trying to come straight up to the track, to walk and to be out there to greet the parents, talk to the parents afterwards. And we're getting out of practice around 8 o'clock. So we was already going to have to move the time down anyway. So what we're probably going to end up doing now, guys, me and Candace going to talk about it and we'll clear it up and make sure. Well, we're probably going to move the Monday show to Sunday. Monday is just getting way too hard for us, okay? We got way too much going on Mondays. Mondays is tough. So we're probably going to move the Monday show to Sunday evening, move it back a day. And that way we'll have more time to have that show and talk. So that's probably what's going to happen with Live with the Coopers. All right. So we'll end up putting a a message in the group to confirm that once we figure out the time we want to do that on. But here we go.
Wait, clarifying question.
Huh?
Is that the same thing I was wondering?
What?
Adrian Evans is saying arguing or talking about difficult conversations. She's just asking a clarifying question.
Oh, okay. Well, here we go. Arguing or talking about difficult conversations. Well, both. Because why does it have to become an argument? I think that's the thing. Because we are always in relationships gonna have to discuss things that are difficult. That's a part of life. Whether it comes to children, bills, our parents, people that we're responsible for as they're getting older.
Finances.
Finances, bills.
Oh, you said bills.
You said bills.
Okay.
Yeah, you never listen to me. Yeah. That's another thing. My wife never listens to me. I love her to death, but she never listens to me. A big one, a huge one in our house is vehicles. I can't stand spending a whole lot of money on vehicles. I hate it.
And I can't stand having a
And Candace don't even want to buy a vehicle. She don't want to buy a vehicle.
1920s vehicle that doesn't work.
She
Sitting
wants to
outside
just.
and as a junk car.
Yeah, she just wants to.
Not moving.
My truck my Explorer about to get fixed.
You've been saying that for 14 years.
My Explorer is about to get fixed. I'm not giving up on my Explorer. For all those that know about the good years of the Explorer, shout out to them.
Bullshit.
That was the wrong one.
Third down, more manageable.
No, that was the right one.
It's not.
That was the right one. That was the Lord
Against CeeDee Lamb.
speaking
This time CeeDee Lamb.
on this issue.
It's not. Here we go, though. Let's get to this. I got 3 points that I'm going to cover, Miss Adrian, and then you can go from there and how you want to decide whether it's arguing or talking about difficult conversations. I'm going to put a few points. This is a very broad situation right here. So you could name 1,000, but I'm going to go over 3. 1, could it be that your spouse likes to argue and accuse you of doing the very things that they are doing? I'll say that again. Could it be that your spouse likes to argue and accuse you of doing the very things that they are doing? Example of that would be accuses you of cheating often. They accuse you of cheating often. They accuse you of cheating because possibly they're cheating.
That's right. That's happened.
That's happened to you before? Would you like to tell that story?
Sure. Go ahead. I would be happy to tell that story. Yeah, no, back way.
While she tells that story, guys, please answer that question.
Yeah. Way back in the day. No, there was a guy.
Way back.
Yeah, it was way back.
Way back, long time ago.
Yeah.
All right,
I've
go
only been with like 1.5 guys.
Oh, Lord. Hold on.
Bullshit.
But way back then, there was a guy who would always be very, accusatory of me while we were dating. And come to find out, the whole time, he was the cheater, not me.
You sure you going out there doing your thing, too?
Of course not. I don't have the time or energy or the patience.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a one, you know that.
Okay.
I don't do the multiple.
Okay.
I don't have the time, energy, patience. I just can't do it.
Right on.
I will end up on Snapped, 48. What is it? Next 48 or another 48. Netflix have all them shows. I would be that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know myself.
You know yourself?
So
What do you know about yourself?
I can go either way. I can play in the alley with the cats, or I can drink tea with the queen.
Y'all hear that devil. Y'all hear him. I tell her all the time she's evil. I tell her.
Of course not.
It's an evil.
Every woman, and even every man has that button that you push.
No.
Yes, that's true. That's just true.
That is not true.
That's true.
Okay, here goes another example. Accuses you of overspending often. Accuses you of overspending money often. Now, this is the one that could get to difficult conversations that Adrian is talking about. It doesn't have to be an argument, but a lot of times it turns into an argument. Why does it turn into an argument when we discuss finances? That is a question. Why does it turn into an argument when we discuss finances? Do we even want to be on the same page? Or do we argue because we hate being told what to do with our own money? Katie's the quiet assassin. Oh, boy, it's gonna get rough tonight. Look, man. Hey, I told y'all to pull up. I told y'all to pull up. People ain't gonna want to talk. See, y'all are gonna have to talk. Y'all gonna have to pull up to even talk about this. Cause nobody wants to talk. It gets too real. The show is called Salute the Real, guys. Come on. Do we gotta play the song for you again? Did everybody not wake up? Let's play the song for them for a minute. Let me play the song for them, because people didn't wake up. Everybody wasn't ready. They still on their nap out of work. They still on their nap. Here we go. Let me turn the song off. What Miss Samuel Dominic says, lack of communication. Yeah, we'll get to that. And we'll talk about that. It always comes down to communication. I think we got to start going a tad bit deeper, though. Why are we not communicating about these things? Why are we not talking about these things? Like, why does it hurt us to talk about the things that okay, I said again, number one was, could it be that your spouse likes to argue and accuse you of doing the very things that they are doing? So whoever the spouse is that's arguing, they're attempting to communicate because they're talking to you about these things that they're allegedly accusing you of every day. But is it the proper communication? Is it communication that's going to help the relationship be successful? Is it quality communication, that is? You know, he's communicating or she's communicating, but is it good communication? Or is it arguing? Or setting the scene up for arguing? Or are we setting ourselves up for a quality argument? Good old argument. Good argument where you about to talk shit for the next hour or two and avoid each other for the next 24 hours after that. Is that what we're doing?
Well, and that's why I'm gonna challenge you, Cool, because when you were talking about this show, the term enjoy or like, I don't think anybody enjoys or likes to argue.
Oh, well, I do.
You think people enjoy
Absolutely.
arguing?
There's some people that get their rocks off they can't wait. I've been holding this one all month for this nigga. I've been holding this one all month. He gonna hear about this one tonight. They sit at the couch waiting for him to walk through the door. And they give him the business. That nigga might still have his steel toes on. He might still have his steel toe boots on. Face full of smut. He tired. He just had a rough day out there. She can't let him get through the door good. He can't put down his bag. His lunch bucket might not have had much food in it as it was. I done talked to some dudes that get a boiled egg and some peanuts and a water that was already open and some leftovers from 2-3 days ago. So his lunch wasn't no quality as it was. He didn't really get to enjoy his lunch, but he ate it because she put it in there.
Well,
And the moment he got through that door,
that's just timing.
y'all don't think that I be making these things up. These topics come from people. These topics come from people. I hear this stuff, and I come on here and I talk about the stuff. Because I'm good at talking about it. I can talk about shit. You know, I can talk about stuff that's going on that people have a hard time talking about. So they'll bring it to me, and then I'll put it in a way that we can sit here and have a conversation about it on air. But what happens is this man comes through the door, and allegedly he has done something after a hard day's work that this woman waited all day for him him to walk through that door. She was sitting on the couch.
Okay, that's not. I don't think that's an enjoy or like. I think that is something happened while he was away. She didn't want to have a conversation over the phone, so possibly the timing was terrible if he's coming through the door. But to call it like or enjoying,
If she has put aside everything that she had going to prepare herself for this man walking through this door, that means that nothing else mattered in that moment. You wanted that smoke. You wanted it. You wanted that smoke today. Today was the day that you gonna show this Negro how you felt. You wanted that smoke. I got a hard time saying that you don't like it if you put aside everything that you had going to give this Negro the business based on whatever your argument was about. Read it. I can't see it that far.
alrighty, we will be scheduling an appointment
Tanya said some were raised in a
Yes.
hostile home environment.
for classes for you.
Huh?
So yes, some were raised in a hostile home environment. That is so true. A lot of people experience a lot of arguing and trauma, and that is so true from childhood. Samuel Dominic, I've learned in my marriage that tone and presentation is the key to not arguing. A lot of times is not arguing. It's because our tone has changed, and it makes the other person feel like you are arguing. I do agree with that. Tanya
Some people
Wiley.
they got a way of putting on that old Reed voice. I'm gonna read you.
Yeah, the tone
Don't
changes.
come for me.
But it's not even tone. Sometimes it's body language. You know, if a body language changes,
Woo!
then that in itself, you
Black
can,
females are professionals when it comes to that body language. Professionals. Woo!
it may be a quiet tone, you know, but it says we need to
That's my
talk.
wife, politician.
You know.
She's a politician. She's a politician. Lord have mercy.
Tanya says listening to respond instead of listening to understand. Going into the conversation determined to be right.
Listening to respond. We won't even give the people enough time to get through what they coming. You already ready to go. Come back here.
Adrian Evans says people have different priorities and perspectives when it comes to money and how to spend it and changing and being a team player. Tanya says you don't call and confront someone while they are at work. Don't mess up the money. Just wait until they get home.
Lord have mercy. See? It's a plot. It's a plot. It's a plot scheme. It's understood. Tony telling you. It's understood. It's understood. It is if y'all have been born and raised to know
That's
how
not
to
true.
be professional arguers.
That's not true.
It's a
Well,
y'all think
you-
on a level with this that men can't even go to.
Why would you
Women
wait
think
for them
on a
to?
level with this that men
If
can't
they
go
coming
to.
through the door, why even waste his energy taking his shoes off? He might have to go right back out. So might as well just keep the shoes
Right.
on. That was a good one.
A bullshit? A bullshit? A
See,
bullshit.
y'all see what I'm saying?
Bullshit.
You preparing to tell the man that he gotta keep his shoes on and walk right back out that door. That damn Richard said, damaged females. Did you take that damage to the next man? What's going on? Did you take time to heal before you got with the next brother? Did you take time to heal? Because if you hadn't healed, then you already putting it off on this young man.
But seriously though, like Tanya says, and I was just joking y'all about the shoes, but Tanya mentioned that's not plotting, Coop. Because oftentimes in your head, you think the conversation is going to go different than what it actually does. But then emotions get involved. We haven't talked about emotions, but emotions oftentimes take over.
Emotions make you cry.
Shy had a whole, is that Shy?
That was not shy.
Oh, who was it?
My wife.
Emotions make you cry sometime.
It was not
Emotions
shy.
make you
Who was it, y'all? That was not
laugh sometime. Make you fall in love. Yeah, who was that?
I know who it was. I'm
H-Town.
waiting for somebody. Huh?
H-Town. Is that who it was? Yeah, there you go, H-Town.
Yeah, Richard. There you go. My wife. My wife would have lost and got her black card revoked.
But I know every word and I sing it loud.
Hey man, it is something where we can get emotional, but once you get emotional, your conversation is ruined. If you want it to be a conversation, like Adrian said earlier, if you want it to be a conversation versus an argument, the moment your emotions get into it, the conversation part of it is ruined. It's over. It's over. You're not gonna have a good conversation if your emotions have taken over, your approach.
I agree with that.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. I agree.
So you're not gonna have a good conversation at that point. Because your emotions gonna make you respond in a way that
respond, say some things, your tone, everything.
yeah. And put up a wall.
All of the above.
Yeah. All right. I also said in there, accuses you of being the one that has the poor communication skills. Going back up to what Sam Dominic said. He talked about communication and then he added to that, I think, later on if you go down. Y'all go ahead. Didn't he say
Tone.
something like that the tone in the presentation is the key? And I said accuses you of being the one that has the poor communication skills. So what we've been talking about, the tone, the body language, if the emotions get to a point where somebody's crying, forget about it. We're done. This conversation, we're gonna have to go sit down somewhere, take a deep breath, relax,
Right.
and then come back to this later on.
But that hardly never happens.
What hardly never happens.
That part, like taking a time out and just saying, you know what, we don't.
Why does it not happen?
We don't.
Why does it not happen? That's the question. Why? I'm glad you said it. Uh-oh.
Okay.
Why does it not happen?
You needed to do the whistle.
No, I don't need no whistle with this. I just got
No. It's just, I think because emotions. H-Town, I already told you. When those emotions.
Because that person, if they're allowing the emotions to lead into this argument from the beginning, they wanted an argument.
They didn't want
They wanted smoke.
They didn't want an argument. They didn't want smoke.
bullshit.
That's not true.
A bullshit.
Now, you can tell yourself whatever story, you can push whatever button, but that's just not factual.
Am I lying? Somebody tell me if I'm lying.
Nobody wants
I always
that.
say, hey, if I'm lying, please correct me. That's why I want the comments.
Wants that.
That's why I want the comments. You don't think that people be waiting behind that door or they walk through the door sometime wanting that smoke?
I don't think that anybody likes. It's about liking and enjoying arguing. I just don't think any sane person. Let me say the sane person,
former spouse, ex-spouse, whatever you want to say,
significant
enjoy
other partner.
arguing. That is a question. I guess we got to get that out the way first.
Enjoying or liking to argue. Like I just like to argue.
There are some people out here that like arguing. They love talking shit to their spouse. There are some people out here like that. Now, I believe it. Based on conversations that I've had, I believe that. See, the problem is a lot of women don't talk to a whole lot of people about their conversations. I mean, about their relationships. I don't want people all up in my business. Right? Do you? If you do,
fortunately
I don't
enough,
want people in my
I
business.
have beautiful, family and friends that I trust that I can have those conversations with. But I have heard people who don't let them in your business. Don't tell them about this. Don't tell them about that. People have a lack of trust. So I do understand that. You can't tell everybody.
No, you can't tell everybody.
Yeah, about what's going on.
But it's got to be somebody around, right?
Yeah, you
We
have a
talked
lot of
about this
comments.
multiple times.
Let's tune in.
What them dead red say there?
Lack of willingness to understand or even try to see the other point. Some conversations can be so simple, logic versus loudness.
Woo! Lack of willingness.
Tanya says, I no longer have a conversation. While I'm upset, it never goes well.
Oh, I agree with that.
I really feel argument only comes when one or both parties are closed-minded on the situation at hand.
One of both are close. Yeah.
One or both parties are closed-minded.
Yeah.
I think some people choose people who are dysfunctional and stay in a zillion say in a zillion, so they have an excuse to be present in the relationship. Yeah, that's a lot to unpack right there. Let's go to this
Adrian
next
getting
one.
real deep shit.
I think this is the same
Adrian
one.
getting what's the white guy that used to come on Oprah?
Oh, Dr. Phil.
Adrian getting Dr. Phil deep. You getting Dr. Phil deep, Adrian?
I have to agree. Some people do enjoy arguing. Not a large variety, but some people enjoy it. And here's what I told you. What did I tell you?
Manageable.
That's the pastor right there.
Right.
That's
Is
a
it
pastor right there.
But
Now, how many people that man
Against
done
CeeDee Lamb. This
did
time CeeDee Lamb's
therapy with, counseling with?
I understand.
That's a pastor that's saying it.
If I may.
Go ahead.
Is it they enjoy like arguing, or they enjoy the high and the sensation of the makeup part of it? You know, because
they enjoy being right.
they enjoy being right.
They enjoy being
Okay.
correct. And they love
All
throwing
right.
it in their partner's face that they're correct.
Okay.
And that my way is the way,
Okay.
and yours is not.
Okay. Now that
That's
I
what they
can
enjoy.
agree with. People do enjoy
People
they
enjoy
want
being right.
want to be
People
right.
want to
Got
be
it.
right these days more than they want to get along.
Okay. That
Somebody correct me if I'm wrong on that. People want to be correct these days more than they enjoy being. They enjoy getting along. They enjoy having a satisfactory grade or situation when it comes to their relationship. We see this in politics. There are people out here, guys, that will say anything. Guys, go look. Go look at some of the. You want a good laugh? Go look at some of just YouTube Trump supporters. You want a good laugh? You'll hear some crap that it is. People will say anything. It don't matter anymore. It don't matter if things are right or wrong anymore. They don't care. They'll make up anything. I've heard and seen things, and it's the same way in relationships. And it's only, the crazy part is it's only with the spouse. Mom can call. They won't argue with mom. Dad can call. If they disagree with their dad, they probably won't argue with dad. Their friends can call, and they'll sit back and listen to their friends and say, oh, that makes sense. On some stuff that you just had the same conversation with them with, but they argue with you the whole time. People enjoy arguing with their spouse. They will argue with their spouse about things that they won't argue with nobody else about. Co-workers, they're not going to argue with a co-worker. It's unprofessional to argue with your co-worker. So they're not going to argue with the co-worker, but they'll put that goddamn wall up with you at the house, the spouse, who's supposed to be number one. Tell me if I'm lying. Tell me if I'm lying. If I'm lying, please tell me. Go to some of them comments.
arguing gives me headaches.
Shit, me too.
Make third down more manageable.
Here we go. Here we go.
Ah!
Here we go.
I've been in relationships where I'd rather stay at work than come home.
Come on, man. Come on. D.L. Hughley said it one time. He said you pull up in the driveway and you see the dad out there to the kids looking out the window. Why is Daddy sitting outside in the driveway? Daddy sitting out there hitting his weed before he go into the house, trying to prepare himself for the bullshit. That's what he said. I mean, it's,
Toxic and dysfunctional people like to argue. A good argument calls for a good cigar.
well, that's what DL say. Except he was had that other stuff in here, Junior.
Some people are emotionally abusive.
Ooh, Lord Jesus. Yes, they are.
Facts.
And why? Why, Adrian? Why? Why do you want to emotionally abuse somebody that you so-called love? Why do you want to do people like that? Why is it that you have to emotionally beat somebody down that actually gives a damn about you? Somebody that's going to have your back. Why do you want to argue with them? Why do you want to beat them down? Why do you feel like you need to bring them down? They can't be happy if you're not happy. Why don't you lean on them so that their happiness can hopefully come off on you instead of your negativity coming off on them? Why is that? Why do we do the people that we so-called love that way? Why do we do anybody like that for that matter? But why do we do the person that's supposed to be number one? Have we not figured out? Well, first of all, let me ask you this. We might not even get through all these points tonight. Forget these points. Is it even realistic now that spouses are number one anymore? Is your spouse number one? Speak in general. You don't have to speak about your specific. Speak in general, because I don't want nobody to get in trouble. Is spouses number one anymore? I know, Tro. I know I'm speaking game. Because I'm 100 with this thing. I know I'm speaking game. Shit. I know. Is your spouse number one? Because that'll answer a whole bunch of questions. If your spouse ain't number one no more, then your question is answered before we even get any further into the topic. You already know the conversation. You already know the answer to this. If your spouse is not number one, do you put your spouse over your children? Do you put your spouse over your mom? Do you put your spouse over your dad? Is your spouse over your best friend? Is your spouse over the pastor? Is your spouse over the deacon? Is your spouse number one? Shit, pull up. Pull up. And Adrian, that's the truth. Yeah, in general, not saying yours, Adrian, but in general, no. Yeah, that's the problem. Exactly, Adrian. That's it. Easily what, Michaela? Easily what? I'm coming up with the one-word answers. Easily what? Let's go back up. Tanya had that, narcissistic people. Okay, narcissistic people project all day long and do a bait and switch. Yes, they do. And that's that stuff. That's that stuff. Adrian wrote that, or Tanya wrote that? Adrian wrote that. That's that kind of stuff, Adrian, that honestly, I'm so green and simple and a happy person. I'm a 44-year-old man that likes working with kids. I am a happy person by nature, okay? By nature, I'm a happy person. So I would never see people like that coming. That kind of stuff, they can run circles around me because they plot on bullshit. And I'm not that kind of person. I don't think like them. So if they really want to run games on me and run circles on me, that's where I'm very naive. I admit my flaws. I'm very naive when it comes to certain people like that because I want to see the good in people. I want to believe that it's there. And if it's there, I want to believe that we can work through situations like this without it ever coming to a point like that where people are projecting and switching it up on me and doing things like that, plotting against me, figuring out ways to take me down, figuring out ways to hurt me in here. You see? Because they want to get in my head, and once they get in my head, then you get to my heart. And you mess it all up for me. You know? You mess it all up for me. You ruin my day because your day is ruined for whatever reason. Those are the kind of things that these type of people do to their spouse. And the question is why? Why do you want to see a person that you so-called love? Are you that damaged that you want to see that person suffer? And if so, then you need to go get the help. So here we go. Number 2. Could it be that your spouse loves to argue because they know they're out of their league? We talked about this before. You don't qualify. There's a movie out there called Out of His League or something like that. Beautiful girl. And a little nerdy boy that worked at the airport or whatever. It was a good movie. And the whole time the boy was with the girl, man, I mean, she just got this body. He just looking for something that was wrong with her because she just so perfect. And he just, how could a person like me, how could she ever be into a person like me? How could she ever love a person like me? How could she want to be with a person like me? You know, her ex was a plane. He flew jets. He was a jet pilot or something like that. Oh man, he just the American boy, just good body, look good, great shape, I mean, just everything was right, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, so he just never compared to her, and so it always brought up these doubts, this insecurity, this low self-esteem that put him in positions where he always questioned her motives, her reasons why she wanted to be with him. And I have seen situations like this where a girl say that she decided and she chose to be with a guy that was probably less appealing than some of the people that she had been with in the past because he was safe. He was safe. She felt like I could be with this guy and this guy would appreciate me. This guy would not hurt my heart. This guy would not put his hands on me. This guy would not be emotionally abusive to me, as Adrian said. This guy would appreciate his time with a girl like me. He's safe. He's safe. Safe could also be looked at as convenient. Safe could also be looked at as second choice, third choice. What is it when you don't get no place? Honorable mention. You could be looked at as honorable mention. And I think that's what happens with a lot of these guys, or even girls, when they get with a guy that honestly was a tad bit out their league. Every man loves to say, hey, my wife is this, my wife is that, because we're trying to put them on the pedestal and make them feel like, hey, I am fortunate to be with you. Now, I really believe that about my wife. I'm fortunate to be with my wife. I believe that. Look, when I met my wife, tough.
Make third down more manageable.
Tough.
Here we go.
Woo! But hey, look.
Against
I met my wife
this
coming
time,
down
CeeDee
here
Lamb.
come down to Austin to record Off the Chain. For those that, shout out to those that old Freestyle King fans. Yeah. That's how I met my wife, coming down to record Off the Chain. And that was that album, and look, man, I met my wife on 6th Street or 5th Street, one of them. And my wife was tough. My wife was so tough, I went and tried to buy her a rose. I ain't never buy no flowers. Ain't no girl ever say I bought them no flowers. I went and tried to find a little guy walking down the road and bought her a rose. Was the first time I bought you a rose or the second time?
That was the second time. It was the first time I turned.
First time she dissed me on the road. And then I met her again down there. I think the next week we was down there working on it again. And I think she gave me a number. Did you?
After the rose.
Huh?
After the rose.
Hey, say, my wife was tough. She's tough then, she's tough now. I mean, we're tough in a different way now. We done both put on a little bit of weight now. We ain't the same people we was then. But she's still beautiful to me now, and I'm very fortunate to have her. But there are a lot of people that don't feel that way about their spouse. There's a lot of people that don't feel that way about their spouse. There's a lot of people that don't feel like, they were fortunate to be with this person, or they don't feel like their spouse feels that way about them. I was the next best option, or I was the person they fell back on after their option didn't work. So if that's what they feel, then they probably feel like really you were out of their league, and that so they're insecure. They're insecure. They're not thinking that, hey, you really wanted me. I just was where you landed because what you really wanted or felt like you deserved didn't quite work out. So is that person going to be confident in this relationship with you? I don't know. I've been fortunate enough where I never was in a relationship. Thank God, I was never in a relationship where I felt like I was completely out of my league. I didn't feel that way. I know I feel like I brought a lot to the table, but I mean, I don't know. They might not have felt that way. They might not have felt. I might have been their third best option. Or I might have just been something that they were doing along the way. And if that's fine, then that's fine. If that's what it was, that's fine. But hey, I landed on my feet. I landed on my feet with mine. Big baby. Y'all make me spill my yak. I was just saying yak, baby. I'm just saying that. Who said they spill? You gonna make me spill the yak with the way they were driving that Cadillac? Who said that? Oh, it wasn't no Cadillac. It was a limo actually. You gonna make me spill this yak on this suit? You don't know what movie that was in? Okay, give me the comments. Come on, read the comments.
Alrighty, comment says, addicted to toxic behavior. They were taught that if a parent doesn't yell, cuss, or abuse them, then they don't love them.
Ooh. Now that's scary when a person, yeah, Tanya, that's real.
Bruh, you spin game.
Yes.
Mine is no. They should be, and that's consideration. These are folks just answering your okay. The spouse should be number one, but as a pastor, I have seen in so many situations where they put everything before each other, and that will always cause an argument or debate or disagreement.
Come on now.
Easily. This is Michaela, because you mentioned the easily. Easily done when you know what marriage is. The problem comes when both spouses don't do that. Can't be all in when the other person isn't. I married a narcissist. It was horrible.
Oh, man.
I'm not going to lie. I argue.
Make third down more manageable.
Little Lisa.
Here we go.
Why? Because that's all they know. Woo, out of your league is crazily accurate.
Jeez, I
know what you mean, Coop. I was with the narcissist for 16 years. I love people, and I was played and emotionally abused for years. Horrible and traumatic experience.
Damn, I'm sorry to hear that, Tanya. Seriously, sorry to hear that.
That dude was out of Cam Newton's league and got tossed around like a UPS package.
And now, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Hold on.
Y'all want to see a dead body?
Camden left the boys for dead, man. Didn't even have to throw a punch. Shout out to Coach Tutson.
It says, and they end up being the worst. Real talk. I feel like men and women need to figure out, do they actually like the opposite sex? Because we move differently. Men not going to think, talk, and act like a woman. Same with men. Do you like women versus a caretaker? Ooh. Then take some time to learn about your person. I think as a spouse, my job is to make it easier, and home should be a place of peace.
Ooh. Shit, Aiden almost made me want to stop the conversation with that, what she just posted.
The movie
was
Friday and Pinky.
Already, that Richard be on Rich, hey, read the top Asians again.
Yeah, I got to turn down this volume so I can hear myself. Okay, here we go. Real talk. I feel like men and women need to figure out, do they actually like the opposite sex?
Ooh, stop right there. She say men and women need to figure out, do they like the opposite sex? Ooh.
And the most important part is we move differently.
Yes, we do move different.
Men not gonna think, talk, and act like a woman. Same with men. Do you like women versus a caretaker? Then take some time to learn about your person. I think as a spouse, my job is to make it easier, and home should be a place of peace.
I think as a spouse, I should make it easier, and home should be a place of peace. Boy, Lord have mercy.
I believe that now.
She's spot on, man. She's spot on. And I mean, she hit me with something that I hadn't quite thought about. Do we need to? There's a lot of them that's making that decision. Maybe some of y'all others, because we are not alike. Men and women do not think alike. So there's a lot of them out here that's making that decision that you know, maybe the opposite sex ain't the one for them. You know, and maybe some of y'all need to, you know, consider.
Well, you know, we're not experts in that area.
I'm not. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't have a clue. Because I know what I like. I know what I like. I know what I've liked from the very beginning. It ain't never been no misunderstanding over here.
But it may not hurt to have that conversation.
Natural woman. CKT represent natural woman. That's what we want. We don't want nothing else over here. Nothing that is unknown or gonna be a surprise in the dog. Nothing. I don't want nothing. I want no surprises. I don't want no surprises. Cornbread fed. Yes, Lord. Come on now. Come on, Caleb. Come on. Come on. Cornbread fed. How do you make home peaceful when the spouse is actually the person raising hell? God damn, that's what this damn conversation about.
Make
That's
third
what it's
down more
about.
manageable.
You absolutely right, Caleb.
Here we go.
That's what it's about. Here we go. That's what I'm trying to
Against
say. And that is where we at. That's where we at. Finally on this, guys, let me get down to this one. Could it simply be that it's much easier to argue and put a wall up than it is to make love? There are a lot of people, guys, out here that say, many people admit they have trouble showing affection. Hell, my wife ran from me during my Kiss Your Wife experiment week, but my wife has never ran from a good argument. My wife ain't never ran from a good debate. My wife can debate with her eyes closed.
Not true.
My wife is a politician at its finest. She could run for Congress right now. I really do believe that. My wife is that good. I seriously believe that. My wife ran from me during Kiss Your Wife week. She ran from me. She knew I was having that experiment. She beat me to the door if I didn't make it there and brush them teeth and get to her quick enough. She was gone. She was out that door. It is easier to argue with your spouse than it is to make love. Am I wrong with that?
You chose to do that during flu and cold season. And you know good and well that I
What
was
are we
just
dogs? What are we, rabbits? We only argue, we only breed during certain seasons now? What are we doing? What are we doing here? Did you hear what my wife? You heard it come out her mouth. What the hell are we? We cattle. We can only breed at certain times. We take the bulls off the cows and put them back on at certain times.
Now
What are we talking about here?
that my immune system is very weak.
A person can come up with an excuse to avoid anything they want to avoid in life. They can come up with it. They will find it.
But here's
we
what I
are
do.
intelligent creatures. We are very intelligent, and we do the things we desire to do. If we do not desire to do those things, we will avoid said things.
But I now have the elderberry in me. And I have 2 weeks. See, if I have a 2 week with the elderberry. So apparently that builds the immune system. So we have to try again. Thank you, Tanya. That's what I'm saying. We got to try again. Now that I had an elderberry, I've been getting my immune system back up. You know that.
Try it. Hey, say, it's all good. Let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you what happened with me. I understand who my wife is, guys. I understand that she's not this emotional creature that just is going to be affectionate all the time. That's not who my wife is. My wife is a lot. They say you marry your mom. My wife is probably a lot like my mom. I used to have to make my mom and my grandma kiss me. I would have to grab them and hug me. I still do. My mom is still here. I love my mom. If I see my mom, I got to go grab my mama and make her give me a kiss on the cheek, or I got to give her a kiss on the cheek. I got to make her hug me. My wife is like my mom. Don't mean they don't love. They just love different. They just love different, you know. But if you're one of those spouses that's going to continue to bitch and complain about those things, you're going to be arguing forever. You got to figure out who your spouse is, and you got to be willing to work around those things. You got to know who you're married to. I'm married to a bull ogre when it comes to affection. That's just what it is. I'm married to what's the ogre name on
Shrek.
Shrek. I'm married to Shrek. You know, when it comes to affection. That's just the truth, okay? But if I find a way to work around it, we'll get there. We'll get there. She has her flaws, I have mine. But it doesn't mean that it can't work. It just means you got to be willing to acknowledge the problems and work on them. Simple as that. All right? That's what that means. Okay? What those last four comments said? 3 or 4 comments.
That's a good challenge, which I agree. I thought that was a great challenge. I actually want to do it again. Facts. That's it.
Takes two.
I know
It
you're
takes two.
married to. That's facts. That's it. Know who you're married to.
Yeah, know who you married to.
Samuel Dominique, you know what you're married. Wait, hold on. You know what you married, whether admitted or not.
Well,
So you know what you
absolutely.
whether
You
admitted
know,
or not.
you know, I know who I married. Some of y'all got to say what you married, because you might have married something that ain't human. Like Sam just said there. You might not have married a human. You might have married a devil. And if you married a devil, then hey, I feel sorry for you. Get out of there, because it ain't going to end well. Shit. All right, so here we go. We say that, many people admit they have trouble showing affection. We admit trouble with affection, but strap our boots on and embrace argument. Hold on. I'm going to say that again. We admit trouble with affection, but strap our boots on and embrace argument. Some of y'all can't show affection to save your damn life. But boy, you can argue until the damn cows come home. You don't want love. That's the problem. You don't want love. You don't display the efforts to embrace love. You don't display the qualities to have love. You don't deserve love because you don't put the same work into love that you put into bullshit. That's the truth. That's the truth.
A lot of issues these days happen because people are getting married for all the wrong reasons.
Oh, come on now. Come on, Katie. You know why they getting married. You know why you getting married. The first thing you look for when you get married these days is, can this nigga pay my bills? Can he take care of me? Can he not only take care of me, but get me the things that I want? If that's what you're looking for, guys, that's what you're going to get. But it ain't love. It ain't love. And you might not get what you're looking for. You might get, or who the fuck did I get married to? You might get bamboozled. You might get fooled. You might get hoodwinked. Because he might pay a bill or two for you, and you get so caught up in that you actually believe this nigga really got some money. My wife watched the whole thing. I didn't watch the whole thing.
All 50,
My wife,
500 minutes.
she loved that. She watched that whole thing. I didn't watch it.
That was research.
What kind of research was that?
You like to have all these shows about relationships, so I have to do the research in the background so I can understand, what's going on in this world.
Oh, really? I ain't got to research that to know what that was.
Well, I'm just saying
She
that
got
that
real
was
excited.
you.
That
was
girl came
you.
in and paid a bill or two, changed the flat tire, and all of a sudden she thought, oh, Lord, I got it made.
She met a representative for 2 weeks and moved him in
I got it made.
for 2 years. So I get it. But me and you, Coop, we in it, we go to work, we come home. We not in those streets like that. So that just keeps, us connected. That's the reason why I have to watch 500 minutes of stuff like that just to see what's going on in the world. My last date I went on with somebody other than you, I can't even remember. So, things have changed. You got to stay up to with the standards. No, I can't remember.
Oh, you can remember.
I don't know who it was with.
I had to be second, third best.
Oh, my.
You can remember.
No,
But it's all good. See, I'm not insecure. I'm good. Because I'm a po man. You know who you marry when you marry old Coop. Po man trying to make it. Po man trying to make it. I can't do it like them boys. Them boys ball. They throw that money. Woo! They throw that money. My wife used to have boys that can throw that money.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
They can throw that money by the bag, bro. I ain't got it. I can't throw much. I got a couple of singles. I ain't got much to throw. But hey, it's all good. We here.
All right. My daddy used to tell
You
me
see that?
you can't walk through green pastures
Try.
without stepping in bullshit.
What do you say?
My daddy used to tell me you can't walk through green pastures without stepping in bullshit.
Shiggy. Come on now. Come on. Come on now. Come on. Coop, you won. I know I did, Junior. I know I did. All right, guys. Throw up real quick. Hey, final thoughts, man. Throw up real quick. I still got a little mine left. Oh, my wife needs to pull up. Let my wife pull up right quick. Yeah, see, you must like that a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. I like it. It's different, but I like it. It's smooth. It's a real smooth whiskey. Is it scotch? No, it's not. It's not scotch.
It's whiskey.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's my worm at the bottom.
Let me. What? It's a worm.
Tequila, that piece of it.
Oh my god. All right. Oh, that's good stuff. You didn't like it?
No, it's good. It's actually pretty good. I just think it will probably be better chilled.
Okay. Yeah,
We gotta.
Well, I had my
We
ice
have a
on.
little refrigerator. We need to use that
Okay. All right.
up here.
All right, final thought, guys. Final thought. I appreciate y'all coming in with us, guys. Hey, man, if y'all enjoy these shows, man, if y'all feel like you got anything out of it or that other people can get anything out of it, please share the show for me, guys. Help us out. We're not putting enough content up, and it's just because we're busy right now. We're not putting enough content on for it to grow like we want it to grow, but it is steady growing, guys. Shout out to all those that listen after the show. I hear you. I appreciate you. Y'all are really helping me out, and y'all are really helping me out when it comes to things y'all want to hear about. This topic tonight came from a friend of mine, and he brought this topic to me for a reason. So I hope we did a good enough job of, at least creating a good conversation about some of the concerns that possibly were going on in that household. All right.
20 stars sent by
Huh?
Richie Ricardo. He's our top 20 stars.
Oh man. Hey, Richie continues to show love, man. And I mean it. It's all respect, man. It's all love, and I'm gonna show you just how much, man. Final thought, man. Arguments will happen in relationships. To think that you will never disagree on life's journey together is silly. You will have your disagreements. However, if you're a person that wakes up ready to argue, you got to ask yourself why. You have to ask yourself, why is it that the person I'm supposed to love more than anyone at this point in my life makes me want to do nothing but fuss, complain, and show how dissatisfied I am with our partnership? Why is it that I can talk to a friend and hear them out, but place the wall up immediately with a spouse of having a conversation about the same topic? Do you really love this person? Or does this person just hold a partnership with you to get through the tribulations of life? Figure it out. Because no one deserves to deal with negativity on the job all day, then face even more negativity in the place they call home. Home is your castle. Home is your place of peace. Find that peace, because stress at home is a death sentence to your spirit and eventually your life. Seek out not only healthy foods and exercise, but healthy relationships. Seek out love. I knew it.
All right.
I'm deeper. I'm coming deeper than what was the day that used to be on when they fight on this show and he always give his final out.
Jerry Springer.
I'm coming deeper than Jerry with these. I'm coming deeper than Jerry Springer with these final thoughts, baby.
R.I.P. Jerry.
Yeah. Oh man.
All right.
That sound like music from Uncle Tuck. Hey man, Coach. Hey, say Coach McKnight. You need to get with Uncle Tuck back down there. Y'all both track coaches, man. That man real. That man real. He's a real one, Kevin. Straight up. Both of y'all. That two real ones. All right.
I think
we get one more
so.
shot after that final thought.
All right.
Hey guys, we want to thank y'all. We want to seriously thank y'all for continuing to chime in with us, chat. We appreciate you. Like I said, me and Kenneth should be putting a message up soon about moving the Live with the Cooper show to Sunday. Hopefully we can get started this Sunday, possibly.
Hopefully this Sunday. Yeah.
Okay, hopefully we can get started this Sunday. And hopefully, guys, even if it's for 10, 15 minutes here and there, we can start adding a little bit more content so we can continue to get this thing growing. We know it takes time to get it where you want to get it, but I think we're on a good path. I think we're having some good shows, and I think that it's going to be beneficial to people to be able to listen in with us, because Candace and I are in a conversation. We're in a place right now where we can talk about our relationship and it's joke about it, and it's no big deal. We understand that we're not perfect. Neither one of us are perfect. So we can have a conversation about ours. It's no big deal. And I think that's where that would help a lot of people to see that be able to happen. And to finally get to a point where you can accept the fact that you ain't perfect. And you shouldn't expect your spouse to be perfect. If you did, you done lied to yourself, because she ain't gonna be perfect, and nigga, you ain't perfect either. Neither one of y'all are perfect. Okay? But you can continue to work at getting better. And therefore stop the arguments. Hey guys, it's been real. Salute the real. Well, there you go. All right. Salute.
Bye.